We finna break the rules, and we gon' make them too. I can't fall asleep, I gotta stand tall, that's what a leader do. Follow me, I'm leading you. Hey, we finna turn up, crank up the heater, here they finna burn up. Told them I'm coming, I'm here, tell them they time up. I said it once, I'ma say it again, this here be my year. I ain't gon' show no fear, I know that I'm built to equip for what God want me to do. I'm number one out the two, it don't know where I'ma lose. I hate the struggle, but it made me harder. I made it far, but I wanna go farther. This not for me, this for my son and my daughter, my family tree and that order. I'm the chosen one, I'm wearing that jacket. I was down, now I'm up, now I was the underdog, now look who be left. I'm better than you guys, yeah. The champions, the champions. Hey, we gon' bow, never fall, the champions, the champions, the champions. Hey, we gon' bow, never fall, I put my head up and told them crown me. My ring finger got a rock on it, rock on it. I put my head up and told them crown me. My ring finger got a rock on it, rock on it, rock on it. Do dirt on my neck, try to bury me. Do side on me like that was seasoning. Now this my season. Weathered every storm that was sent my way, but promise you it wasn't easy. Took some patience and grieving. I was believing when no one believed me. I was believing when no one believed me. Now they gotta see me from the nosebleed or the front row. I don't care what I see. Dreams to reality, I'm too real for reality TV. Remember I was poor, now I'm writing this song from a balcony. Told them watch out for me, but they ain't see me coming at it. On that road, feel like keep pushing even though we don't feel right. Blood, sweat, and tears just to live life. Talk to God even when I didn't see light. Still talk to him when it got bright. Dark days were made for the spotlight. We paid, now mama can sleep tight. The champions, the champions. Hey, we gon' bow, never fall. The champions, champions, champions. Hey, we gon' bow, never fall. I put my head up and told them crown me. My ring finger got a rock on it, rock on it. I put my head up and told them crown me. My ring finger got a rock on it, rock on it, rock on it.
Get this person or the game.
At the power forward position, at 6'9", number 25.
Greetings, everyone. Glad to have you here with us on this Wednesday night. How important, Greg, is it to a team's confidence to start the season strong?
Kevin, I think it means more if you're a young team. If your roster is filled with veterans, you're looking at the bigger picture.
They get a hand on it. Look at Cleveland's starting group. Mitchell and Strus are your wingmen. Evan Mobley is out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Booker in at the one spot. Mitchell's shot is good.
Look at that grittiness of Mitchell. He has resistance inside and still gets through it.
And it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. Here's Markkanen. Blocked again. And they get it back. On the wing, Mitchell. Defended by Sexton. George against Strus. Pass to Butler. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Kicks it out to Booker. The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
A reliable three-point sniper. I like seeing Booker connect from downtown.
The shot by George, wide open. Another miss by Utah.
0 for 3, not the start they're looking for.
Booker in the corner. Pass to Mitchell. Takes a 3. Hits it from three-point range. Mitchell's got 5 now.
Oh, great ball movement there.
For Utah, they've gone 0 of 3 for the field to start the game. So, Richard, when you look at Max Strus, what does he provide for this team?
Well, one, he's battle-tested, Kevin. He's a fearless shooter, and he's a guy that can get on a roll and hit clutch shots.
And here's Booker from the arc. Another 3 for Cleveland.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
George against Booker. Unloads from 9 and misses it off the right side of the rim.
Still very early, but that's not the start they want. 1 for 5 shooting.
Strus in the corner. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Butler in the corner. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
And that miss makes them 4 of 5 to start this one. Not a bad start.
And Max Strus picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And a first time out of the game called for Utah.
And now we get a chance to check in on Evan Mobley. Great showing for him last season. He averaged 18 points a game, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists. And you look at his huge role in their offense, a major contributor as far as putting up points.
He's just a natural scorer and someone this offense leans on to help shoulder the load and lead the charge.
Sinks the three-pointer.
And early on, Markkanen has demonstrated how efficient he is from that range. Have to run him off the line.
Mitchell kicks to Booker. Over George. Booker no good.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Kessler against Mobley. Pass to Potter. That shot missing. Good D by Mobley. Cleveland leading by 6. Booker with no one around. Knocked away. And so Markkanen will bring it up for the Jazz. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
I mean, they went into that one with the thought that they may have a chance. No.
You don't see a lot of blowouts in the NBA, so you're surprised whenever you see a lopsided score.
And here are the Cavaliers now, following the bucket by the Jazz.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Booker against George. Up top, Markkanen. Markkanen throws it down.
And rising with such ease, Markkanen likes to get up top to bring it down.
You know, Greg, thinking back to the glory days in Utah, they went to back-to-back finals in 97 and 98.
Unfortunately, though, Kevin, that Stockton-Malone era, they just couldn't overcome the dynastic Bulls. The Jazz still searching for that first NBA title.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Devin Booker is a 3-level scoring threat. He said, I'm just reading coverages and taking what the defense gives me. That's a mid-range jumper, which analytically people say isn't the highest percentage shot. But for myself, it's a good one. I've shot it pretty much my whole life. Kevin?
And David, doesn't it show? Wow, he is something else. Hey, thank you. Here's Butler after the basket by Utah. No good from Booker.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
George against Mitchell. Sexton deciding where to go with it. To the middle. Here's George. The basket good off the assist from Sexton. George has got 6 points.
And nice touch inside. George can finish from all 3 levels.
On the wing, Mitchell. And he's good on the 3-ball. Mitchell's got a pair of 3s now in the first quarter for the Cavs. George against Booker. Here's Sexton. Pass to Potter. His 3-pointers off the mark. The Cavaliers leading by 7. Some big news coming in from around the NBA. We welcome in our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's on the phone with the latest story. Shams?
Thank you, Kevin. The Cleveland Cavaliers are not complacent. They are already making transactions. They've been looking to upgrade their backcourt, and with the opportunity to land Devin Booker, it was top priority to bring his incredible skill set, scoring, and mindset to the organization. There's lots of exciting things happening for this team and their entire fan base, so it's going to be very interesting to see how this move with Devin Booker evolves this franchise.
Thank you, Shams. Great to hear from you as always.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Already a stellar defender, Mobley proving he can be relied on to anchor for this team.
Kicks it out to Mitchell. Strus, that's for 2. And the Cavaliers getting another bucket right there.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Wide open for a lane.
Outside, George. George missing again. And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about.
Get ready, everyone. Let's hear it for all the nation. Substitution on the court.
And so it's Cleveland with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close.
Booker and then Mitchell.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And it seems they've also put an emphasis on moving the ball, working to rotate around the defense and find those quality looks.
We've got Collier. He's out there with Jordan Clarkson. And it's Potter in at the 5, down low. That's the group right now for Utah. Here's Collier. He's coming off a 10-point game against Sacramento.
And I love what he's been able to do on the glass, securing some extra possessions for his team.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Booker, no good.
A shot like that is a polite way to say, hey, coach, bench me.
Not only a terrible shot, but also at the worst possible time. That's just not good.
Personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Collier. 13 feet away.
He's trying to bank. He really started the game.
Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. There's Jerome. And there's another one for the Cavaliers.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Now, here's Clarkson. No scoring in this one.
whole time.
And
He's still
foul
there.
on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
That's his first personal.
You know, a trend that's been unmistakable, Greg, over the last few decades has been the number of positionless players.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing, right? So many players now with diversity in their skill set, and there's no need to commit a player to a certain role just based on their size.
And Cleveland making a change here. Okoro's checked in. Jazz trail by 15. Got a piece of it. Healed against Clarkson. To the paint. Okoro passes to Jerome. Back to Okoro. Hits the three-point bomb. And the Cavaliers lead by 18.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
Pass to Williams. Puts it up from 12. Iguodala grabs the rebound. Cleveland's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Healed from outside. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Here's Jerome. Lays it up and banks it in. Jerome's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they got to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
Inside, here's Okoro. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Okoro's got 5 points in the quarter. Utah calls timeout.
Let's see. No one really to put in.
Walker Kessler, he's checked in for Utah. Sexton comes in for Williams.
Put the press on.
Here's Collier. Still scoreless. And there's the call on Ty Jerome. That is his first foul of the game.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. Will it go? It's hauled in by the Cavaliers.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels.
I see something.
A lot bigger.
4 points this quarter.
The Jazz have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Pass to Sexton. An easy 2 points on the layup. Sexton's got his first bucket of the night.
You know, you got to respect Sexton's scoring ability. The closer he gets inside, the more effective he is.
Greg Collins Sexton, still so young. He entered the league when he was just 19.
Yeah, drafted back in 2018. Sexton has a few years left in his 20s, so you expect him to continue to expand his game and improve on both ends.
And so here's Cleveland after Collins Sexton's miss. Here's Jerome. Three-pointer healed. Does not find the basket. His third miss. He's made just one so far.
See, what a rough quarter for him. Nothing seemingly going his way.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, when you look at the draft, it seems talent evaluators have a type. LeBron James says our league is always hungry for potential. That's the whole focus of the lottery. It makes sense that those guys who are taken 16 through 30 are on real contending teams and making impacts. Of course, Kevin, everybody wants to draft the next LeBron. Good luck with that.
Or work with the next David Aldridge, a Hall of Famer. David, thank you.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
A nice shot by Okoro.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Jazz have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Here's Jerome.
2 minutes.
Pass to Okoro.
In the first half. 2 minutes.
And now a look at the upcoming schedule for the Utah Jazz. On Saturday, the Los Angeles Lakers will come into town. Then on Sunday, they'll be matching up against Kevin Durant and the Phoenix Suns.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
And
the first one drops for the Jazz. Potter's checked in, and it's Markkanen in for Jordan Clarkson. And both free throws good for Okoro. So it's the Jazz now. Pass to Sexton. Shot from the top of the key. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
More than a few bad breaks for him this quarter. He's struggling, and the team is following suit on the scoreboard.
Okoro wide open. He fires it. Drills it from outside. Okoro's got 13.
Yet another three. Once we hit the second quarter, it just seems as if those threes just started to fall like raindrops.
The open look here for Sexton. The shot's good on the assist by Jordan. He's got 5.
You know, the timing, the rhythm. I'm a big fan of when Sexton can just catch and shoot.
Hield can't hit.
Yeah, and that three-point shot, it really has looked awful here in the second quarter. It hasn't stopped him from attempting them, but it's time to maybe find something else to do. And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you can give up some size, but that shows you how fearless he is, willing to attack the basket no matter who is in front of him.
A 3-ball.
Oh, well, that was
and Okoro pulls it down.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Took him no time at all on that one. Jerome's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Sexton for 3. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Lets the 3 fly. Another 3 for Cleveland.
Their 3rd three-pointer in a row.
Utah has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Outside for George. To the left wing, Potter. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Timeout called, Cleveland.
I'll do that. Get back just in time.
Mitchell in the corner. Jacks up a three. Beats
the
buzzer.
Yeah, that's just an amazing play to get that ball off in time.
Talk about being poised under pressure. Big time shot from him there.
And so it's Cleveland having no problems at all. Up 29 points heading into the next quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy, you have come a long way in this league.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
And get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And as we welcome you to halftime, no other way to say it, an abysmal start for the Utah Jazz.
Big reason they're getting washed out, it's been raining threes.
But they didn't know this was coming? They didn't watch the film? Read the scouting report? Come on, man.
And we've got some trades being made around the league. Always a compelling story.
Boy, what an elite offensive player they just landed in Booker. Woo-wee. One of the most consistent, reliable scorers in the league. A #1 stop option.
Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been one outstanding game from Donovan Mitchell.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Now, here's Porter checking out the group for Kenny Atkinson to start the second half. Mitchell and Strus are your wingmen. Jimmy Butler is out there with Evan Mobley. And it's Porter at the point. And it's Mitchell missing.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him. And what I love about Markkanen, he takes care of the basketball. And that's a result of being patient, playing smart, and just generally getting his points within the flow of the offense.
All right, here we go.
And it's Porter with the ball for the Cavaliers. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Here's Mitchell. Mobley trying to free himself up. Mitchell's shot is good. Mitchell's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for Cleveland. About 1 minute played here in the second half. From outside the arc, and the basket by Potter.
Potter can give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up. Oh, yeah, you're done.
Mitchell in the corner. Markkanen against Strus. Mitchell kicks to Porter. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Strus.
Bang.
And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Strus has got 8 points.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Kessler over Mobley. Kessler, no good.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
Butler with the ball. Outside, Porter. Back to Butler. Here's the 3. And another 3 for Cleveland.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
Utah's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Outside, Sexton. Back to George. The basket good off the assist from Sexton. Sexton's got 3 assists in the game. Butler puts up a deep three. No good on the three. Jazz have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. George looking around. And another make to his scoring count. His 5th basket of the game. Now shooting 5 of 11.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
And it's Mitchell missing.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Porter with the steal. Down low. And Mitchell with a clear path to the hoop.
And his ability to efficiently score, that's really helped him out in this one. Putting them ahead on the scoreboard.
A different look now for Cleveland. Okoro comes in for Max Strus. And it's Devin Booker in for Porter. Richard, something amazing about Donovan Mitchell. He averages over 20 points per game every single season.
Yeah, he is just a natural, talented scorer. He beats you in so many different ways. What I like most about his numbers, they go up in the postseason.
George finds Markkanen. Kessler with it, covered by Mobley. 6 to shoot, and Utah again with the bucket.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
Cleveland's gone 2 of 5 with the 3-point shot since coming out of the break. Pass to Mitchell. The tray. Kessler with the rebound. Kessler's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Well, after the show he put on in the first half, you thought it would continue, but he's cooled off a little bit here now.
A different look for Utah. Sensabaugh is checked in, and it's Collier in for Colin Sexton. Here's Potter. He has 7. Here's Collier. Over Booker. And the shot is long.
Well, some trips you get the shot you want, it just doesn't fall. I'd go back to him in that area on the floor.
Butler on the way. The 3 drills the 3-pointer. Butler's got 9 points.
And that's an encouraging sign from Butler. He's a capable 3-point shooter. He's just very selective.
Here's Sensabaugh.
Oh, wow! That is powerful.
And he jams it with authority.
I tell you what, you've got to build a wall around the bucket to keep this man from attacking.
And Greg, even then, he might just go over it. Check out the elevation he gets here. My goodness.
5 seconds.
Jazz have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Here's Kessler. Cavaliers with the rebound. Mobley's got his 4th rebound in this one. And here's Booker from the arc. The shot, no good. Utah's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Kessler. Good D by Mobley.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Now here's Mobley. He has yet to score. Now here's Hield, guarded closer. 3-pointer, Butler, that's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%, 5 for 7. Jazz shooting 43% from the field. Pass to George. Kessler, a screen on Hield. George passes to Kessler. Here's Collier. The Jazz with another miss.
That was a good possession. They got a clean look. The shot just didn't fall.
And here's Booker from the arc. And another 3 for Cleveland.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
And so George will bring it up for Utah. Here's Collier. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got assist number 5 here tonight.
And that's how you lead a team. Literally.
3-pointer, Butler gets the 3-pointer to fall. Butler's got 17.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor space.
Yeah, you got to know where he is at all times. especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
The Jazz making a switch here. For Utah, they've gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6-13 from the field here in the third. So the wing on the left. Here's Collier from outside off the mark. Pass to Butler. Mobley a screen. This one for three, and another three for Cleveland.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Team putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Cleveland ahead, ending the third quarter on a 20-6 run. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his speed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's an unguardable pass, flat out. Give him credit for possessing that type of vision.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Collier out there with Clarkson. Then it's Williams. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 4 spot. That's the group right now for Utah. Nobody near Williams. Trains the three-pointer.
We'll come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
The Jazz shooting 43% for the game.
Utah foul.
And the Jazz making a change here.
First personal foul. Checking in for the Jazz. Number 45, Danny Wolf.
Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Pass to Jerome. Now, here's Strus. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Cranes it from beyond the arc. Mitchell's got 24 points.
That's cash. Mitchell is a volume three-point shooter for a reason now.
Mitchell's gone to town from deep tonight, hitting 5 of his 9 three-point attempts. They get the rebound.
And just scrapes and claws for that offensive rebound and doesn't take any chances there with the football.
Jay strong roll around and the rebound and the stuff both. Wow.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Jazz have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Snatched up. Here's Wolf. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Wolf got his first bucket in this one.
Nice feed inside. Saw the play develop and hit him right when he needed to.
Jerome passes to Mitchell. Another 3 for Cleveland.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Jazz have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Williams from outside. Good on the three-point shot. Williams has got 6 here in this quarter.
This is why you always have to chase guys off the arc, because everyone has a three-point shot now.
And here's Mitchell from the arc. It's good from long range.
Keep riding that hot hand. He's been pretty much unstoppable.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter.
Cavaliers
for Utah, they've got 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. And Cleveland making a change here. Sexton against Hield. Now here is George. Here's Markkanen. The teardrop falls in.
You got to keep Markkanen out of the paint. He's just too big on that block and imposes his will.
And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Pass to Jerome. Here's Post. The 3. And it's hauled in by Lauri Markkanen. Sexton against Hield. The shot by Sexton, no good. Cavaliers have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Hield can't hit.
Oh,
man, for whatever reason, he can't get it going from 3, and he's pretty good from that.
And it's Sexton penetrating. And Sexton slams it in.
This is why you got to prevent Sexton from getting in the lane. Once he does, he just explodes towards the basket.
The rebound by the Jazz. Kessler's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
And they're up right now, but it hasn't been because of him. He's really struggled on offense.
The Jazz making a switch here. Potter's checked in.
Number 25, Micah Potter.
Here's George. You know, Richard, so many stars have done it. Any thoughts on a player asking for a trade with multiple years remaining on their contract?
If you're unhappy in any marriage, you should always get out. That is my opinion. Teams do it all the time. They'll sign a player to 5 years and then trade him in 2. So if a player is unhappy after 3 years of a 5-year contract, it's okay for him to request a trade, but continue to show up to work. That is my only request from the players.
Back to Hield. Pass to Post. Out to the wing. Shot clock at 5. They kick out to Hield. From the arc. Again, Hield missing.
Well, he better buy his teammates dinner tonight because they've covered him for what has been a terrible, absolute terrible shooting display.
Outside, George. The shot by Markkanen. Nobody around. Offensive rebound. Kessler passes to Potter. Banked in off the glass.
And you can see he just caught a glimpse of the open man on the perimeter and immediately got him the basketball.
Pass to Jerome. In the drought. Bangs home the trifecta.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
I think when you've got it going from three-point range, you've got to keep it going. It's a good way to kind of pile up the points quickly.
Kessler in the post. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Bird's checked in.
Number 20, Miles Bird.
Cavaliers have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. The three-pointer off the mark. And so Markkanen will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. To the inside. Here's Kessler. That ball's nice speed that time from George.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Cavaliers.
And this was one that never really let them down, I thought. An all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Donovan Mitchell.
He did a great job following his team's game plan and not rushing anything on offense, which allowed him to catch fire.
Here's George. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
That's his first personal foul.
Name a type of shot Keontae George can hit it. More than capable of scoring at all 3 levels.
2 shots.
And he sinks the second.
Ooh, you hope that leaving points at the line won't come back to haunt them.
Cleveland with the ball. Right wing. Here's Jerome. On the wing, Bird. Clock at 6. And another 3 for Cleveland.
And it's just competing. You know, giving your best when it matters most.
And let me tell you, as a team, you love to hit your stride right at the crucial moment. They put this game away in style.
It's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
It's a shame, really. If they've been playing like this last quarter, they might be in a different situation right now.
Here's Jerome. Let's go. Can't connect. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team